And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
They'll toss it to Breida. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Flush to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Malik McDowell able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Browns getting set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. They run with Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. And he's got his tight end, Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. touchdown, Browns. Boston Scott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Throwing, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently, they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And an alley to run. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns are pouring it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point safely through, and a rout is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So,
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
This is Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns continue to roll. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Crowell. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoff. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, all right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Browns on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 17.
Gun!
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 47 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Bridgewater. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 94 yards. And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also show that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. 59 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Browns are pouring it on.
Under review.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This is taken near the 13. And an alley to run. The 40. He's at the 30. 10.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Suckup for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Suckup. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And it's a fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
First down carry now for Crowell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hurry up, here we go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a...
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Browns continue to roll. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always have the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's singled. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to...